Welcome back to Video Head Cleaner, the podcast that's so hot right now, Video Head Cleaner.
It's a hot little potato right now.
Today, we are looking at an old favorite of mine that I could absolutely quote front to back, and frankly, will have to resist doing so for today. It's one of only really a few successful films that the production company of MTV Films ever had, especially at this point, before getting sucked up into the Paramount machine and getting intertwined and all that. But it is Zoolander. It is the winding tale of male models and the world they live in and the danger and the beauty, the assassins. Assassins.
Yeah, exactly.
The modeling industry. This is a movie that's very of its moment, and I don't say that to say it aged badly, but it's super like a time capsule of 2001 looking back into it, because there's a smorgasbord of celebrities. So you basically get the chunk of these were the celebrities then, or these were the people that would have shown up at the thing. And it's a movie that premiered 17 days after 9/11. 17 days. They had shots of the World Trade Center in there that they went in and digitally removed or obfuscated and stuff.
Just edited around, yeah.
But I didn't even, because I looked at it in 2001 and I forgot that this was a late 2001 film. I was like, so
yeah, wow, yeah, geez.
I mean, it's interesting because people reference that Sam Raimi's Spider-Man had to go in and take out a bunch of World Trade Center stuff, but that was 8 months later. This was 17 days after this. So supposedly the tower, one of them getting crashed into and falling down, preempted a commercial for Zoolander on one of the local news networks, and so it's just such a
I agree with the time capsule assessment. It feels like we're digging through the attic on this one, for good and for bad. There's some things that don't age well with the film. We'll touch on those as we get to them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is one of my guilty pleasure films for sure. It really is delightful, and it's a tight 86 minutes. Too. They don't make them like they used to, right? When your time was respected, your bladder was respected. Back in the day, right? So great film, but just Ben Stiller, the entire cast. What a chestnut.
What a cast it is. I mean, we'll get into how many people show up in this movie for various reasons, but it's pretty wild. And at least two people are completely obfuscated to a point where once I tell you who they are, if you were to just see them, you'd be like, what? Are you okay? And
it's a film with a lot of kind of crypto gay references in it too. A lot of, I don't know if I'd call this queer representation, but it's encoded in there.
There's a lot of us. Yeah. There's Wham. There's all these music things. There's the models. It's really only the two male models that are the central ones that are really not gay, and they'll mention it. They'll be like, this being a straight walk off or something, and so
and even the main the titular character kind of has what I feel is a moment that any, especially small town gay, could relate to, but we'll get there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But no, sure. I really think it held up well because my boyfriend came into this. He does not like Will Ferrell, but
really?
he kind of went into it not thinking he'd like it as much as he did, but he really enjoyed it. He said so. He was like, I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, and I was like, oh, okay. When I tell you it's good, I see. But this was actually the first I don't even dumb or adult comedy or something I saw. I was actually 13. It was a PG-13 movie, and I was 13, which made my parents were like, no, you can't see it, and I was like, I am 13. This is the exact movie this is made for me, and they were finally like, fine, and so they allowed it. And so it was a little special place in my heart for that. But
awkward early teen Kyle putting his foot down, adorable.
But on top of that, there really weren't memes as we know them today, and I kind of think of this movie as a lot of, it falls in the same category as what I would call the Anchorman effect, where people would just yell these things back and forth at each other, the quotes or whatever. If you had a lame story, you might be like, "Cool story, Hansel," whatever. Just. So it also seared into my brain because of that. This being in the early 2000s and stuff, and
Oh, by the way, I think we just set a new record. My name's Tommy.
Oh, I'm Kyle, I guess.
We assume you've been listening from the very beginning,
Right.
because what decent person hasn't?
Why wouldn't you?
Just in case, though. So, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into it, I suppose,
right.
now that you know who we are. We do, this is a long-form discussion podcast that is rife with spoilers. This movie came out in 2001, so if you're spoiled on it, that's really on you.
Yeah.
But just know that. If you happen to come into this being like, what the hell?
I mean, come on. You really can't blame us for this at this point. Seriously. Yeah, come on.
So,
All right.
we open in Malaysia, where the new prime minister is making sweeping changes. He is a hero of the people who is trying to up the substandard minimum wage, vowing to remove child labor.
There is political and labor unrest in Malaysia, which, as we discover at the beginning of the film, is a key node in the garment manufacturing system globally, right? And so this is becoming greatly concerning to what we soon see are a shadowy council of we can assume fashion people.
Moguls.
Moguls. Various movers and shakers, various powerful people behind the scenes in the fashion world. They're in shadow, wearing shades. It's very mysterious. And they're very, very concerned, and their concern is directed towards one person in particular.
Yeah, they're really giving the business to a designer because they want him to take out this new prime minister of Malaysia. One of the council members, again, this movie's going to be littered with famous people, is Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
And she talks about how 50% of her inventory is manufactured in sweatshops on the Malaysian border.
Yeah.
And this just won't stand. And another one says that his whole panty line is made in Vietnam. And if Malaysia falls, then Vietnam's going to want good wages. And it's too much. You got to murder somebody. And so
it's the domino effect, right? If the people start making demands somewhere, then maybe others that are their neighbors will start being inspired too, right? We have the shadowy council of oligarchs, the capitalist system, trying to stamp out a worker rebellion, right? It's a classic tale, right? So, Zoolander's got something to say, right? There's kind of a labor message. What do you know, right?
It definitely is underlying it. Yeah, it's not something I was focused on as a kid because there's so much dumb jokes and whatever going on. But I mean, it's just it still rings to this day.
There's
I mean,
some substance,
Temu and Wish and fast fashion are still a hot point of discussion. And I mean, SNL has skits on it other people do where it's just like
haven't exactly solved labor rights now, have we? So there you go. It's a film that's still quite relevant in this regard.
The SNL skits like fast fashion, Temu, no slavery, religion not enforced, and they're like, wait, why would you say that? That makes me think it is slavery and Temu. So still relevant. This is still a poignant thing today.
Exactly.
But our designer here is played by Will Ferrell. I think we only see him from the back here in this first thing. Maybe in shadow. I think his face too. But yeah, his name is Mugatu.
Yeah, they name him
Jacobi Mugatu.
The singular Mugatu. And he's kind of an odd-looking figure, very eccentric. He's got some hair.
He's got a silhouette because it has little devil horns almost, tight curls coming up into it. He kind of looks like the boss from Dilbert, actually. The pointy-haired boss is his hairstyle is what's going on.
Yeah.
But he has a tight drag queen waist, but bell bottoms out. It's a super interesting silhouette for sure.
Just ever so kind of gesture, kind of clownish,
it's like he makes his own hourglass almost.
But also an hourglass model figure in kind of bell bottoms. I don't know. There's something both model-esque, fashionable, and just clownish, just outright clownish, as we'll see a lot of very soon. Yeah.
Mugatu's sort of boxed at all of this because he's like, what? I don't have time for this. I can't murder a prime minister. I have Fashion Week in 14 days. And they're like, that's perfect, actually. Invite him to Fashion Week, murder him there. And he kind of goes on to talk and allude to what we'll learn more about, but he's saying, I don't have time to train an assassin, is what I'm saying. We would have to have somebody incredibly stupid, incredibly self-absorbed, and just really malleable to do this. And he's like, where in God's earth am I going to find someone that beast at it? And then we cut to our main character, right away.
A beautiful, self-absorbed simpleton whose brain can be molded like Play-Doh, like clay. Yeah, just... Yeah. They need the absolute dimmest of dim-witted. They need a perfect lump of clay, and lo and behold, it's Derek Zoolander being interviewed by a reporter. He is getting ready for a fashion show. He's backstage. He's in front of a mirror and getting makeup. But yeah. Yeah,
she's played by Christine Taylor, who is actually Ben Stiller's wife, and it is far from the last familial link that will be in here. They are all over, and I'll call him out. But she, Matilda, the reporter, asked him why he wanted to be a model and is gathering information for a piece she's writing on Derek. We learn she works for Time magazine as we go on here, but Derek is being poked and plucked and manicured as he's getting ready for a shoot or whatever. And he recounts a time when he caught his reflection in a spoon in second grade. Yeah. And he says, and I realized that's what I should do.
The first time he went through second grade.
The first time he went through second grade. He does call that out. I forgot. And Matilda's like, you realized you wanted to do what? You look at spoons or whatever? And he's like, no, be ridiculously good looking. I just noticed I was pretty good looking in the spoon. And I thought, you should do that for a career.
Yeah. But what can you do when you're ridiculously good looking? Be a model, of course. And when the discussion of his face has come up, it's pretty. It's
right after
montage,
this. So yeah, I mean, he's kind of like, he talks about his looks or whatever, and he lays one on her right away. His most famous one, Blue Steel, where she's like, "Can I see that?" And he just turns around and wham. And it's doubly funny because this look, all of these looks, the one look thing, it's based on his wife mocking him in the mirror for what he did when he styled his hair, and so it's him giving his wife the little pursed lips thing.
Yeah. Kyle, can you do Blue Steel?
I can. I feel like this is the worst thing for a podcast ever. Yeah, of the but
ooh, that's okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, listener, but he talks about his other looks. Ferrari, La Tigra. La Tigra's a softer one used for footwear for things, but they are all the same look if you look at them. And when she asked him to make those, it's just the same thing. And so he's very proud of them all, though, because he thinks they're different.
You could describe the look as puckered from biting into a lemon, but pulled to the side. It's kind of like a sidecar sour face, but pouty.
Yeah. Maybe you bit in a lemon. You don't want anybody to know. You're trying to look sexy, but you did bite the lemon, and so your lips are like...
We're gonna paint with our words.
That's fair. That's better.
Yeah, we're. It's an odd medium for describing the sheer majesty of Blue Steel, but we're gonna try.
But yes, a man that just made the same face 2 or 3 times and said they were different is the same man we were just told was an idiot, and we haven't even scratched the surface of that yet, and so it's becoming quite clear. It's just like, this is the guy. Yes. This is our boy.
Us simple folk probably don't appreciate the levels of subtlety between Blue Steel and La Tigra. But Derek Zoolander, professional model, well, we leave this to the professionals.
That's true.
Sure. Yeah.
He's a supermodel. Even a model might not be able to appreciate the difference, frankly. But and then we jump right into a Paramount's Pictures Presents card, straight into a jump scare. Because the first face you see right after this Paramount Pictures Presents is fucking Donald Trump and Melania out on the red carpet.
Yeah. Just to let you know that something bad is coming up. Just something horrible that you couldn't possibly expect and could never possibly imagine. Idiocy on a level you couldn't ever in your feverish nightmares comprehend. And you know this because you see fucking Donald Trump. And
it's true. He could have been
Melania.
A second good candidate, maybe.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that son of a bitch. Just, yeah. Oh, my God.
This is also where we launch into our first licensed music, and again, by far not our last, because, again, this is an MTV film studio production, and I get the vibe they just had easy or cheap access to licensed music, because they pull out songs that slap, and they're in the scene so well. Like, this is what I love about this movie.
Just celebrity cameos all over the place, for sure. Yeah, no, they definitely had some access. Just the combination of these actors and the producers, and just it's MTV, and yeah, just kind of a perfect combination.
So this whole next thing, the Donald Trump thing, and some of these other ones that they're going to be interviewing, like Christian Slater, Natalie Palmer, Cuba Gooding Jr. This all took place at the 2000 VH1 Fashion Awards, and so they filmed this in a way to be able to just grab them on the carpet. And then later, one of these things, the awards ceremony, they filmed that in commercial breaks of the show. And so that's why they're there. It's not like they necessarily had to get these people and like pull them all in one by one or whatever. They really did make great use of their resources, I suppose. And so it comes out, and it really makes the world feel lived in or real. The fact that you see all these real people being like, oh, Derek Zoolander's so great, like talking about the fictional people. And you're like, oh, okay, like, yeah. Like, we've seen 30 real people because of the, like, vast pull-in here talk about it. So, yes, Call Me by Nikki Costa. Call me. I can't sing you more. We'll get copyright takedown. But that was it. That's what we're getting into. And we're on the red carpet. So he is going to a fashion show. It's only a snippet of Trump, but it's always jarring to see him pop up in cameo roles like this in Home Alone 2, because I watched that this Christmas too. And that
you want to talk about things in this film that haven't aged well? This is the first one. Yeah. This is item number one. Things that aren't aging well at all. Good Lord. But things that are aging well, the music, because it's always kind of a slight reference to something about the film. You know, Call Me. Mm-hmm. You know, we'll find out. You know, but yeah.
It's great, honestly. Yeah, like it just blends into seamlessly to this stuff. But there's a lot of other celebrities about to be interviewed. We're kind of cutting between the interview between Derek and Matilda and then these numerous celebrities being interviewed about Derek, which provides further exposition and background on why he's such a good and respected model. And as I mentioned, the celebrities in this first whole montage are Trump and Melania, Emma Bunton and Victoria Beckham, a Spice Girl there, Christian Slater, Tom Ford, a designer, who says he designs with Zoolander in mind every time he does a collection. Cuba Gooding Jr., who describes Zoolander's hair as the white man's afro. Yeah. Which I'm not going to take anywhere. Well, I'm going to leave that right there. But
we're just reporting that as given. So.
And then Natalie Palmer, who says really the problem with Derek is that he's almost too good looking, and that's her main concern if she were to date him. So,
which she timidly just kind of proffers there. You know, if you know if I were to date him, you know, of course, you know. This is being kind of interspersed with the interview that Matilda is trying to conduct with Derek too. She asks him about the classic Aboriginal tale of the photograph stealing a part of your soul, to which Zoolander responds.
Well, she asked him about what are your thoughts on the Aboriginal belief, the combination of this, that getting your picture taken steals your soul, and the fact that you yourself get your picture taken for a living. And I don't know whether she asked this because she hasn't yet perceived, or if she just kind of has and is just messing with him, that he's shallow as a puddle. But Derek kind of like looks up and thinks for a moment, and then he clearly thinks he's got her an intellectual checkmate, because he turns around and goes, well, I guess I'll have to answer your question with a question. How many Aboriginals do you see in modeling? And then just spins around. It's like, got her.
But we're going to get a lot of great made-up words in this film, for sure. But not exactly a checkmate that he imagined. But I don't know. Does Derek have a soul? It's a question that's kind of jokingly offered, but I don't know. We're about to find out. I think
it's certainly interesting, and he thinks he's nailing this interview, which will be important in a bit. But it is, and then we cut back to the red carpet, but it's kind of a wider view this time, which ties us back to our opening scene, where we see some widespread protesting going on with support for the Prime Minister of Malaysia, and a lack of support for these fashion designers showing up that promote cheap and unsafe labor.
Yeah. We have various entry moments onto the red carpet, and now it's time for Hansel, who kind of jumps in on a razor skateboard, Like,
Yeah, that's what they're called. Little scooter guys. Little foldable razor scooter. Again, very of the moment.
Yeah.
The time there.
That takes me back. Yeah, for real. But yeah, he makes a kind of badass dude bro entrance. And then right after Mugatu and a mysterious, hard-looking woman with him in kind of black leather-esque and red lipstick, pale skin. Just yeah.
Derek arrives before Hansel, and they both kind of drop, essentially. We learn that Derek he's won male model of the year 3 times in a row, and he's going for 4. Yeah. Hansel is his challenger here, and the hip new boy on the scene.
This is, by the way, the male model of the year competition, right? It's filmed at the fashion.
It is the VH1, Fashion and Vogue Awards.
But in Zoolander, it is because there is, in fact, a male model of the year award. Right, or I guess the model of the year presentation. Yeah, yeah.
It's a fashion awards. I mean, it's one of the categories and such. But we do sort of also with Hansel, sort of with the razor scooter and his little frilly blue outfit. It starts to sort of inform his hip, carefree man-child thing we'll see develop as it is.
So
because that's Owen Wilson. He does a great job for sure. And honestly, I just, I'll burn all my trivia at once, I guess, on this. But Ben Stiller, he wrote the role for Owen Wilson, and he never considered anybody else, apparently. So if you think Owen Wilson nailed that role, he did.
Sure.
And it was for him, though. So, like...
Yeah. And Owen Wilson back in the day, he was cute. I think he was cute. Even with that nose, the kind of pancake nose. I don't know.
Boyfriend asked if it was broken even more back then or something. And I don't know. I don't know if he's ever had anything touched done to it, but it's prominent. It's there. Yeah.
You can't look away once you see it, but he's still cute. I just remember back when I saw this. Not how much older than am I than you? 7 years. Yeah, I must have been 20 when I saw it.
Yeah, him and Luke, his brother. I mean, they both have this, and it kind of informs like their voice, like because they have a very unique sound or like tone to what they have, and so I imagine it's the hardware up there that's really like driving a lot of that, But yes, Mugatu arrives. His car comprised of Mugatu himself, his henchwoman played by Mila Jovovich. The reason I messed up, and then I'll tell you the character's name later, and there's a specific reason why I ended up repeating that syllable.
I had to rewatch that one scene like 10 times to actually get the spelling. I think I got it.
But we're going to call her Katinka for now until her full name is revealed, in which case you will see why that happened. But Mugatu's assistant Todd is there too, who just has the funniest facial expressions in this movie and has the energy of a small dog that loves its owner but is often kicked and like comes back for more. Just a dismayed gay man.
Yes. Poor Todd.
We'll talk about him later, but I'm pretty sure he's being fucked by Mugatu in the subtext of this film.
There are reasons to believe.
Yeah. Again, I mean, the little gay fingerprints over this movie, but it's 2001. But Mugatu exits his limo. He sees the protesters and those especially yelling at him and goes, "Ah!" And... so the correspondent, seeing this happen, that's there for E! News, was a real E! News reporter, by the way. His name is Steve Kometko, who was in the 90s and 2000s. He says, "Oh, you hate to see that at an event like this. Ugly protesters bothering beautiful people." Which...
It's a real crime. It really is.
It's sad. But Steve catches Zoolander right after that to ask if he's nervous, and kind of about his new look. And Zoolander not ready to reveal it to Matilda, not really to reveal it to Steve here. But as he reveals the name Magnum, Jerry Stiller's character Maury,
Maury
Ballstein, Derek's agent of Balls Models, comes up and is like, "Hey, Derek, don't say anymore, and whatnot. Just a vamp and to be a wild force of energy." He's a very fun character in this movie.
Fun character. He's kind of a classic, maybe even Harvey Weinstein-esque kind of sleazeball.
It's very much that. Some of the actions taken in this are for sure. And I'll call out, this is Ben Stiller's dad. And in approximately just a moment after this, his mom's in this too. So when I say wife, mom, dad, and there are others in here too, like he just jammed them in there. This was a family affair for him.
Let's see. So, we get the entrance of Hansel into the step and repeat area with the paparazzi, and it's kind of a confrontation. It's like Zoolander versus Hansel. They kind of they exchange looks. There's a moment.
Slow-mo, look at each other. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. The primitive energy. So,
Just a brief little rival pass by going on there. But Dirk spies Matilda and briefly talks to her again, learning that the article about him comes out tomorrow. But Matilda's there trying to ask Mugatu a question about the Malaysian situation. But Katinka shuts that shit down. Like, we learn she is here for a purpose. She's a tough as nails woman. And I love how Mila Jovovich plays her in this movie. She has a pouty scowl on this whole time. She's playing this. She's sex on legs and can walk in these model circles, but she's like a very goth and again tough as nails vibe going on.
Kind of a straight out of the Soviet Union, a hard edge spy. You can imagine this character out of a Bond film. Or just
totally, it's that archetype.
Any espionage thriller, from the '60s or whatnot. But just of comic proportions, and so kind of a Soviet sex pot, but very hard edged.
And I love seeing her have fun. Like, between her and Kate Beckinsale, all of her movies are just like her in great peril as an action hero, just getting beat to hell and stuff. But be a little fun and sassy, and this one was a good time. So good for Mila. But Mugatu's got his little tiny toy poodle with him, and the tiniest red pleather fedora you can imagine that matches this little outfit. And while this dog is not the one trying to assassinate the Prime Minister of Malaysia, it takes an egg meant for Mugatu right from the face by a woman named played by Anne Mira, who is Ben Stiller's mother. The protester yells out, "Screw you and your little dog too!"
Yes, so we get a Wizard of Oz kind of reference. Poor little dog.
I know. Makes a sad little noise.
Is the dog named? I was trying to remember if the dog had the name.
I don't think they do name the dog here, frankly.
It's just like
accessory.
Doggy Mugatu. Yeah. All right.
He might get a name in the second movie. It's been so long since I've seen the second movie, and it made no impact on me as opposed to this first one. That I guess I should go back and watch that sometime. But
we'll do that when we watch Showgirls 2. Yeah, exactly.
But that takes us indoors to the actual ceremony where we get Fabio as himself. If you remember this, I can't believe it's not Butter representative. Blast from your past.
The beautiful big-tittied male model on Harlequin romance novels in grocery stores from the 90s.
That's right.
Fabio. Yeah.
Cover model of all that stuff.
You couldn't go to a grocery store without seeing Fabio as you're approaching the checkout line, for sure.
And if Fabio feels like a 2001 poll, hot on his heels is Lenny Kravitz presenting the Male Model Awards. So.
Yeah. Time capsule. Oh, my.
We're treated little video snippets introducing Hansel and Derek, and Hansel's in particular is a hilariously unself-aware shoot where he's doing his absolute best to be deep. He talks about wondering what bark is made of and says his heroes are Richard Gere and Sting of all people. And Sting, not even because he likes his music, he just respects that he's out there making it.
Which is honestly really how I engage with Sting's music, so I relate to the joke. Yeah,
I can't say I've listened to Sting at all. I guess I know a Police song, but that's but you do you, buddy. I'm happy for you.
But Hansel, he's so hot right now. I think this is the first time. Is this the first time we get that line?
Yeah, it's dropped 2 or 3 times by Mugatu in the movie. And as the video's running, he drops that Hansel. He's so hot right now. Hansel. Hansel's a very sincere character, though, even when so much of what he says is just being wildly full of shit or making it to be as if his life is that of an X Games hippie with access to vast quantities of drugs. He's just a swell dude, but he has a lot going on. His vibe. How to describe his vibe? There's some surfer bro in there. There's some skater punk in there. There's some kind of hippie
kind of Hunter S. Thompson on peyote in the desert for 5 days kind of vibe. Yeah. So, yeah.
And so we next go to Derek's montage, where we see he's done modeling campaigns all over the world for a while now. We see he's pretty established. We get like a Japanese jeans commercial, Coke, a calendar showing off his versatility while only showing the same look again.
Yeah. We get to see essentially we see Blue Steel, Le Tigre, Ferrari, and various other looks set against different color backgrounds, and they are, of course, the exact same face, just exact same face. It's shameless and so flagrant, but that's the joke.
They also throw in, like, just for a second, a shot of him being ridden by a larger man while they're both in BDSM gear, and he has like a red ball gag in his mouth, and like, yeah, neat, I guess.
Yeah, he's had a long and storied career. That's Zoolander.
Derek, while like Hansel's montage was playing and stuff, was kind of just like poo-pooing it, being like, he sucks. And he's so wildly confident about this that what ends up happening in the show is when they do announce it, it is Hansel. Hansel wins, but Derek doesn't hear that because he's so in his own head, knowing that he's going to win, that even as the speakers are blaring, Hansel.
Yeah.
Hansel.
Yeah, it's an awkward, cringe-inducing moment. Zoolander just getting up, utterly oblivious to absolutely everything around him, and just walking up to the stage like on a script, and almost like being snapped out of sleepwalking. Only then does he suddenly realize what he's done and what has happened, and he's genuinely confused about the possibility of not winning the Male Model of the Year award. Bless his heart.
And it's terribly funny because, I mean, what he says when he's going up there to grab it is he grabs it from a confused Lenny Kravitz, and he says, "A lot of people said I couldn't win this 4 years in a row. Well, I guess I showed." And Lenny leans in and whispers in his ear, and he's like, "What?" And Lenny turns around and points him and shows like Hansel's giant face on the screen. He's like, "Oh no." And while this moment is devastating for Derek, Mugatu leans forward and tells Maury, Derek's agent, that Derek is perfect for the rush job of training an assassin that needs to be blisteringly stupid.
Yeah, it's beyond obvious at this point that, of course, Zoolander could not be more perfect. He is about as dumb and as it gets, and yeah.
And Maury objects because he loves Derek, as we'll see more and more of, but he ultimately concedes because he's like, I don't know anybody else dumb enough to fit this timeline, essentially. And we see he is complicit in this whole fashion council, even if he wasn't the one summoned at the time or, in the top echelons of this thing. So
yeah. We see Maury he's complicit in the system, right? And we see him in this moment selling his longtime client and protege out. It's it's brutal, but the shit's rolling downhill, and Maury is unfortunately just a cog in the machine, as it were. So the scheme is being set in motion, and
We next see Derek outside post-show where he's staring into a puddle asking, "Who am I?" But even his reflection says, "I don't know," before the puddle is splashed up on his face. And Hansel kind of burns him as he rides by on a scooter, and Derek doesn't really know what to say, and Hansel's like, "Nice comeback." And it's just lowers Derek even further, the humiliation he just suffered at the hands of this guy, or at the razor scooter of this guy, or whatever you want to choose of this man. And
he's so self-absorbed that even his reflection talks to him, right? So, yeah.
And so Derek wanders around Times Square feeling quite down as I Started a Joke cover by the Wallflowers comes on, a song that's just, again, perfect for this moment. And it very much informs the scene. He's super sad, and again, just excellent use of licensed music on this stuff. And so I'll call out iconic ones as they come. They're kind of inseparable for these scenes just because they're deployed exceptionally well. But Derek ends up going home, and we sort of see as he goes to bed, he's got like a 4-bunk bed setup thing going on. And as it turns out, in the morning, he lives with 3 other male models, one played by Alexander Skarsgård in his first American role ever, which is really fucking funny to me because this is nothing like any other role I've ever seen this man play in. Like, he constantly plays dramatic or like actiony. Like, he's played Tarzan, he's played a Viking, he's played a vampire, and like he's in Big Little Lies or in all these like And
but in
here,
this, he's a goofy little twink.
He's the little gay man that says, "Excuse me," named Mikas. So it's a very funny note because, like, I didn't even place him. It was Israel that pointed out. He was like, "Oh, that's the guy from True Blood."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
So he and the roommates shit on Hansel verbally to cheer Derek up, but Derek eventually kind of gets fed up with little gay infighting that ensues because they're all stupid and they're kind of talking past each other or don't understand.
They're doing an Earth 2 sequence, like Earth to Mikas. That's not what I meant. Like, what they're basically making a joke about Hansel doesn't know what hair product is, and it's just like,
and the other one's like, "Oh, I bet he does. He's a model." And they're like, this is not the last of those.
But Earth 2, that takes me back too. Like, again, I don't know what item were on our list of things not aging well. The Earth 2 joke. Oh my god, yeah, that takes me back to my teenage years for sure.
Oof. Gosh. I guess I'll say it while I'm thinking about it. And anachronisms in this movie, there's like one entry on IMDb. Somebody's like, you know what? This didn't fit the time period. And it's from like they have a moment where they're on the JFK like grassy knoll or whatever. And after that happens, two guys high five each other. And somebody went on IMDb and was like, actually, the high five wasn't popularized until like the year 1977. And this was done before. And so this was unreal. And I was like, who the fuck took the time out of their life to be like...
5 IMDb stars for you. Congratulations.
So,
yeah.
Shallow and pedantic.
Yeah.
But Derek, Derek is a little fed up after the whole Earth 2 situation. He's like, stop doing that. And he's like, I don't know, guys. Maybe there's more to life than being really, really ridiculously good looking. And that perhaps he should be helping people. And this confuses the models. And they say... like who, Derek? And Derek also doesn't know, to be fair. He's like, I don't know, people that need help.
But then they also rebut that they help people. You know, they help them dress better and do their hair better and look better. So there you go.
Yeah,
there's some public service there. Exactly. Yeah. But the solution to the blues.
Do you know what really helped Derek sort out these difficult issues, Tommy?
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Orange mocha frappuccinos! And then this is just inseparable with the scene for me. Cue Wake Me Up Before You Go by Wham here. And just a delightful scene of the male models out for a ride with the top down on a... No, I don't know. I'm too gay to know what car that was. Jeep, Range Rover.
Yeah, something like that. And they're dressed like they're out of like a Benetton ad or like some kind of like Gap Kids ad almost, right? It's like very like primary colors. Yeah. And they're kind of matchy in the style and
weird colored tight sunglasses, wraparounds and stuff, and like vests and all sorts of like. Right after this in the scene, there are two normal blue collar men just shaking their heads at them, being like, I can imagine the slur they're thinking in their head for these people.
there's a kind of like urban chic to it, but it's just like so cute. It's just so cute that it's as bright as the colors. Like there's just the cute quality of it, really. Yeah, and the whole scene is just unbelievably cute. Like the way that they're gesturing, they're so happy and high key, and they're kind of like doing model face, and they're just like palling around, but exactly like you would during a photo shoot, right? They're in photo shoot mode just naturally because they just have the essence of the male model in them, right? But they're driving about, and then they got their Starbucks drinks, and then they pull up to a gas station, and Derek gets out, and he kind of
they start they're still having fun. They're just like this whole thing. They're like again jostling, smiling, kind of just looking at each other. And Derek gets out and gets a squeegee and sort of does the mirror for a second, the windshield, but then splashes one of them with it. And they're like, you splash me, and then they all get squeegees and start splashing each other, and it's just the most playful thing ever. But again, these two blue-collar men across the street just like shake their heads solemnly at them, like, no, I don't like that. And again,
this is too silly.
The slur on their heads, it begins with F.
We could imagine. We could imagine for sure. Yeah, but
it's homos in their fashion giggling over there and invoking whimsy.
Doing a cheesecake car wash scene. Yeah, exactly.
But Derek gets a little drawn off from all this because he spies a man with a Time magazine where he's on the cover, and he realizes this is the article Matilda has written about him.
Yeah.
And so he walks over there to the trash can where it just got thrown away by the guy, and he's depicted wearing a shirt saying, "I'm what's stupid," and a headline of "A model idiot," but he's dumb, and so he thinks it says, "A model idiot," which, small distinction, but important.
Yeah.
And as he processes that perhaps the story about him wasn't all positive, he looks over and sees that his friends have escalated the splash fight to include the gas pumps as they soak each other while still just having a grand old time over there.
Yeah. I forget the name of the model. Not Mikas. There are two other models.
Brent is one of them.
Brent.
With I
believe this is Brent. Grabs the gas hose and is splashing about again, just as happily and sexily as they were with the squeegee water, but it's freaking gasoline, right? But they're so stupid and oblivious, they have no idea, and so they're having a great time, and of course Brent's just got a very, very cool, very stylish. Pop in a cigarette and light it, and
Derek just kind of grins. He's like, "Oh, my friends over there are just having a good time." Right up until Brent, like, he sees him pop that cigarette in, and then he's like, "Brent, no!" And the Wham song distorts, and it's the best, like.
and it's a sad moment, like
before you go, and it merges with the Brent no, and then the whole gas station explodes as the Starbucks cup splatters the screen, and
but it's a sad moment. Derek is reading this article, and he's realizing that it makes him look terrible and just ridiculous. And then he turns and he looks at his friends, and he's perhaps thinking to himself, "Well, at least I have my good friends. At least I got them." And then kaboom! So it's a real moment of loss. This is kind of a classic hero's tale, right? He's just losing everything, and now he suddenly finds that he's got nothing really.
He's like, brought very low. It's not been long in this movie, and he's down. He has a rival. He has a reporter that makes him look like an idiot. He has an agent that wants to essentially use him as a disposable assassin to kill him.
He's on the tail end of his career, if it hasn't already just ended. Yeah.
Where do we go from here? But we're in the cemetery now, as it turns out, where Derek is performing a eulogy for his fallen brethren. We'll talk about how he says that in a moment. But he talks about how these three guys were like brothers to him, and we saw that. But he doesn't mean actual familial brothers. He means brother more in the way that black people mean it, as he thinks that's more meaningful.
Yeah, and that is the line, and it's just, oh, God.
I noticed because I watched it again today. I mean, I watched it this weekend, but, like, there are two people in the crowd that, like, solemnly nod when he says that, as if that's such a deep and, like, correct thing to have said. They're like, yes, that's true, yeah. So, and as he goes on to say how sad it is this happened, he says that... and a line that, again, just lives in my brain rent-free forever, and I could quote it just at any drop of a hat. Just because we have chiseled abs and stunning features doesn't mean that we can't not die, too, in a freak gasoline fight accident like us male models. So.
It's a good point. Yeah. No one's safe. No one.
And as he says this, we are shown just a very quick peek at a graveyard worker played by David Duchovny of X-Files fame, but then it cuts right back, and before Derek can even finish his thought on this, the funeral was interrupted by a DJ playing a very loud song, because yes, this funeral has a DJ. In fact, this funeral has a DJ Mark Ronson, a famous like Bruno Mars producer, and again, just somebody that's gone on to... a famous person, but he puts on the Hansel song as Hansel and his whole entourage just starts sauntering up mid-funeral and mid-speech of Derek's.
And in fact, Derek was just about to announce something major, just about to, and then gets cut off by the Hansel intro music with his entourage sauntering in. But yeah, they take their seats. It finally cuts the music, and and Derek announces that he's retiring from male modeling, the most famous male model ever, in the wake of his friend's tragic death and the low point of embarrassing himself at the award ceremony, and he's had it, and we've caught bits of this leading up to it. He's kind of having an existential crisis, just like, what is life about? Like, is there more to life than this? In the midst of all this goofiness, it's another kind of there's kind of a deep point, that the film has. Strangely enough, we have
right. It's
labor
one of those,
unrest, and now we have existentialism.
It's kind of like the Jason figured it out in the Good Place moment. It's like Derek Zoolander figured it out that there's more to the world that we should be helping people. Like, this is a real low point. Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, it's right. Like, I mean, he is correct in that there's more to life than being really, really ridiculously good looking. He's not wrong, I guess. Yeah, there are certain lines or thoughts he says in this movie where it's stupid, but he's not wrong.
Yeah, I've wondered this too a lot, Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What could there be? I mean, I don't know.
Besides being as ridiculously good looking as I am. Yeah. Let's see.
And making a podcast with dozens of listeners.
Tens of listeners. By the way, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, we love it.
We do. Let's see. So Matilda is at the funeral outside, pestering people as they leave for a comment. We
also get the second Hansel. He's so hot right now. Hansel, and during Hansel's funeral interruption, by the way. But
how can you not like Will Ferrell?
I know.
How? I want to know.
It's like all of my favorite comedy movies involve this man. I don't know. I don't know about him.
We're going to have to talk more about that anyway.
Yeah, Matilda's trying to get Mugatu's attention again to answer questions about Malaysia, but he walks by going, just and a great dealing with the press way of
not a bad way of doing it. Exactly. Finally runs into Derek, wanting to get any kind of info out of him about Mugatu. And another great Zoolander-ism. We ask about what he just did.
What do you want to make fun of me for? What a bad you Googleizer I am.
Googleizer. You Googleize?
I bet you didn't even think I knew what a Googly was. Yeah, because you think I'm stupid because of the article and stuff. Yeah, and Derek, once again in his mind, must be like, got her. Yeah, like.
Oh my God.
And Matilda's so gracious in these moments. Like, you can see the bewilderment on her face at times, but she doesn't like correct him. Like, she's just like, all right, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna ignore that.
It's just kind of the reaction that you have that, well, at least they did the homework. Yeah. They did the reading assignment.
So close.
Yeah. It's like, well, they did the reading assignment, so okay. Okay, well, there's that. So, okay. We find out that from Derek that Mugatu is the only designer who has not hired him. Interesting factoid. That's why Derek doesn't really know much about him.
Yeah, and so he couldn't help her even if he wanted to, which he does not in this moment, to be clear. Yeah. But that is an interesting bit, and so we wonder why, perhaps, at that. But Derek is now at the Balls Models Agency with Maury. Yeah. And Maury's trying to talk Derek out of quitting. Of course he would. This is his agent. This is his cash cow. This is who he wants. But also this is somebody who is critical to his plans of global fashion control and keeping cheap labor cheap.
Yeah.
And exploitable. So he's Derek's kind of set on helping people, though, to the point that in the beginning of the scene, he says he was thinking of teaching underprivileged kids to read, and that just thinking about it was the most rewarding experience of his life.
Yeah, and he has an idea for a institution. What is the name of this institution?
This is the Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read. Good.
A noble institution. It's a worthwhile cause. Absolutely.
And again, the people in Derek's life treating him with kid gloves. Like Maury says, I don't think you're cut out for that, Derek. Like, just trying to be the nicest possible way to be like, ugh.
Yeah.
And in the, you called him out as a Weinstein-esque character as he's walking down the hallway and walking and talking with Zoolander. He just exclaims, "Tushy squeeze!" and holds his hand up in the air and then windmills it down to grab the big fistful of ass of a woman walking by. Like,
it's wow. Again, things not aging well. Just outright sexual harassment with nothing more than a joke, and that's it. Like the movie doesn't pause. It's not seen as, it's not supposed to make you aghast. It's just like, ha, just sexually assaulted that woman. I mean, just like, what just happened here?
She doesn't even get to have her own voice.
Yeah.
Because it's Christine Taylor's voice, Matilda's, that goes, "Oh, Maury," that they like did an ADR, I guess. Because when I learned that, I was like, voiceless, harassed woman. Like, just, oh no.
Wow, he's like, you just like, you could not make up, you couldn't make that up. I mean, it's like, wow, this is like just the type.
How can we disenfranchise this woman as much as we can? Like, you might not even see her face because she's walking the other way down the hall. All she gets is her ass grabbed. And so,
faceless, voiceless, just an ass to be grabbed. Oof, wow. Jeez. Yeah. The musky smell of the early aughts whiffs out of the time capsule with this one sometimes, for sure. So let's see. So we also learned that Derek has an interesting problem that he's had his entire life.
Malady.
Yeah. He just can't turn left. He cannot fix his body to turn left. He just cannot will himself to do it.
He's not an ambi-turner.
He is not an ambi-turner. He isn't. He has to spin right.
Everyone has a
left.
weakness.
Yeah, exactly. And again, he can't turn left. Like, is this? And I want to give the movie the fairest hearing I can, right? We started the movie with a bit of labor unrest and whatnot. Is this Derek not being able to go left wing, right? He has to kind of do this weird spin to the right first before he finally gets in the right direction. Is it am I thinking too much about this, right? Am I hoping
Well, you know
too
why
much?
he can't turn left, right? Because he's all right.
Well, that's a show, everyone.
All right.
I'm very sorry, our tens of listeners.
But yeah, this is where we first learned that he can't. It's going to come up again, but it's a very funny thing. Like, it's just one of the funniest. Like, if you were to like writing a script of a Mad Lib or something, like, what is a weakness you would give this male model?
what would really mess up him, like a male model? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess the other would be unable to serve face. I don't know.
Yeah, the walk. There's a Drag Race queen this year that has the most horrid walk ever. Like, they keep showing it, and it's just the most like out of cadence, out of rhythm, manly walk. She's dressed up as a beautiful woman, and it's just like a traipse, just like going down. And so maybe that would be the model weakness. Yeah, if you just
I don't know,
inelegant.
Kimchi survived somehow. So there you go. Yeah.
Oh no, taking it back to a place of season 8.
Yeah.
I think we're on 18 now, which is oh god,
we're opening up all kinds of time capsules here. Jeez.
Oh, if you could stop making me picture the face of death by bringing up old seasons, that'd be great. But okay, back to this movie. Maury's trying to get Derek essentially not to return home to his small town upbringing because that's where Derek is wanting to head.
Yeah.
And he announces to Derek with great grandeur that Mugatu wants Derek for his derelict campaign.
Well, we actually find that out later, right?
Oh,
like,
I guess the name of it. Yeah, that's true. For his campaign.
Yeah, because
at
this point, Ballstein doesn't really have anything for Zoolander other than just kind of like a pep talk. But Derek, he yearns to go back home, right? He's thinking, I got to go back home and figure out who I am and go back to my roots and all that, right? So he's heading on back home, right? He
doesn't want the campaign. Maury expects this would turn him because, again, he's the one designer that's never hired him, but he doesn't want it. And to that end, Maury keeps pushing and encouraging Derek by saying, I know you fell off the horse, but what do we do when we fall off the horse? And then Derek kind of like again, he looks down, he kind of mouths it to himself. He's like, follow. And then Maury has to be like, are you fucking idiot? Like, he's like, we get back on. And Derek goes, sorry, Maury, I'm not a gymnast. And a delightful segue of this city-slicking boy who doesn't even associate the word horse with a horse, going back to the coal mining country, southern New Jersey, which title card flashes up here, which... Spoiler to reality, I don't know if any of you listeners, there's no coal mines in New Jersey. I don't know if you need to know that, but...
I was wondering about that. I'm not familiar enough with southern New Jersey to know.
No, it was apparently a zinc mine they used, and like this was whatever. But it's just funny for them to just pitch there being a coal mine in New Jersey for his hard-fought upbringing, because we get another licensed song, the He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother one, and Derek shows up to said coal mines wearing a full suit, but it's made out of snakeskin. Yeah. While everyone else around him is filthy and coal covered in these like working wear.
They got their work clothes on. They're covered in coal soot. They look miserable and just absolutely fatigued and just worn down. And here's Derek, just utterly oddball in the snakeskin suit, sauntering up and just still making Zoolander face and talking like Derek Zoolander. It's And
you noticed this immediately when you saw it again this weekend. What's so funny is that his father and two brothers have the exact same hair he does. They gave them the wigs.
They have signature Zoolander hair. That's how you know that they're family. It's the one dominant phenotype, the one trait.
His father here is played by Jon Voight. He's got his own fame, of course, as a storied actor, but he's also the father of Angelina Jolie. And his brothers are played by Vince Vaughn and Judah Friedlander. Vince Vaughn, for being as big as he is now, does not even get a line in this movie as the brother. He just gets to look kind of sad and open-mouthedly stupid, like, as it were. And I wouldn't have recognized Judah Friedlander if I didn't see that credit, because he's so smooth-faced, and his whole thing is like having just tons of curly hair, all that. Like, 'cause this is of 30 Rock fame. Judah Friedlander is the guy. So very interesting to see that happen. There's some interesting pulls on that, but Derek, he asks if he can come work in the mines with him, and his dad can't even pretend to be happy to see him, and is like, no, this isn't for you, this isn't a life for you. And Derek insists they give him a chance because he really wants to do this. He's done with his current life, and he wants to see if this would make him happy, or if, being back with his family is the place for him. So
his father doesn't know how to deal with him, for sure. Like, and it's just one can imagine Derek Zoolander is not made for this town at all. This is. You want to talk about like a gay moment.
Yes, this is the illusion Tommy was talking about earlier, where a very fish out of water, coming back to your hometown as somebody who is not at all relatable to your family, is wearing something fabulous. You just came back from the big city.
You've lived away from your small town and your family, perhaps none of which accepted you or understood you at all. And so by the time you come back, you're even more flamboyant than you ever could have possibly imagined. And so you fit into that small town even less than before. And so, it's an awkward homecoming, for sure. Just the film's got its moments. It's got some depth. It's there. It's kind of hidden in there.
It's got emotional arcs and stuff. And to Dad's credit, he lets him in the end. He's going to let him go into the mines and stuff. Sure. And so they're going to work together. But before we actually see that, we cut to Mugatu's building, a big old M, kind of like Avengers Tower with an A, but with a big M for that. Where he's stabbing a woman in the ass while trying to make outfit adjustments, and explains why actually it's her ass's fault.
Her fat ass is in the way of his pen.
Did my pen get in the way of your ass?
Lose 10 pounds immediately. Oh my God. But he gets a call from Maury that Zoolander is he's gone back home. He's out of pocket.
He yells at Todd. He loves to do that.
Yeah.
But then Todd says who's on the phone, and he's like, fine, I'll take it. But he takes it because it's Maury, essentially. He was like, I don't want to talk to anybody when Todd says the phone is there, but it's Maury, and he snatches it immediately, again, further revealing they're thick as thieves, and they're in this shady shit together. And so Maury tells Mugatu he may have to keep looking for somebody else because Derek's gone home, and Mugatu's like, there is nobody else. The show is in 10 days. Like, get your shit together. And so they have to kind of try to figure something out. As another perfectly deployed licensed song comes on, working for the weekend, as we get a montage of Derek working in the coal mines with his family.
This is a real funny moment. Derek is in like real cutesy working wear, right? It's like a white T-shirt and these very bright blue corduroy overalls, and he's
making poses to
serving face and doing kind of catwalk kind of strut with his pickaxe, and
and he's got muscles, but we see that they're like the difference between show muscles and like hard working in the coal mine muscles, where like his are for posing and for moving smaller rocks, and his brothers are like boulders being moved.
He's constantly making these weak little coughs. Because he just can't deal with the coal dust.
And as part of the montage, you called out the first instance of blackface by Ben Stiller in this movie.
Yeah,
I said first.
Yeah, because it's plural. Jeez. Oh, geez.
Derek is... It's not racialized, really. I mean, but he in the coal mine has coated himself in all black where his skin is showing, and then he's wearing black stuff. His father is about to essentially use his pickaxe on a very dark corner, and then Derek jumps out and yells, "Surprise!" like having a whimsical fun in the coal mine, much like
I'm a coal gremlin.
Yeah. Much as the gas station homos were unrelatable to the other people nearby them, this is the same thing. And his father's looks like he almost has a heart attack. Like he just like falls down and it's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
But yeah, it does look like just blackface.
Oh yeah,
blackface. And just boy, and one can imagine there's a little bit of that as a bit of spice in the joke. You know, it's like, oh, tee-hee, it kind of looks like blackface. Okay, yeah, okay.
And that sort of rounds out the montage. And like this movie loves a montage to the point that I kind of had to, when making notes, I was like, I'm thinking different words like sequences or, like chain of events or this or that. But like it's just when Tommy talks a tight 86 minutes, the way it does that is it doesn't dwell on things often. It really does well showing you what you need to know in rapid succession often.
Yeah. This is the beauty of the montage. It is a tried and true method of conveying quite a bit of information, but also mood and tone. In a whimsical way, maybe slapdash. You know, it's the film. The film is kind of classic in that regard, right? Yeah. So.
It's good fun, and but their shift is over. We're now at the mine shaft or the mine shat, based on the burned out F on the thing, if you'd like. And it's a local bar for the coal miners, it seems. Derek sees a football game on, and internally he must think to himself, I will relate to my family, because he says, "Who's winning the match?"
Another great like gay moment.
Of he tried.
Yeah.
You just don't have it in you. It's not you, buddy. Like as much as you want to be like your straight brothers or relate to them, it didn't work there. So
And
his father's just kind of frustrated, like state. It's like I'm not gonna deal with that. But as Derek goes to sit down next to him, he's like, I think I've got the black lung pups. Dad's like, you've been down there one day, Derek. Like, I've been down there 30 years. So.
Yeah. Derek's caught up on 30 years of drama of living in a coal mining town, but for sure.
And whatever minor success his connection attempt might have had is immediately ended by a commercial comes on in the football game where Derek, as a mer person, is advertising beauty products, and it's beauty is the essence of wetness, and wetness is the I don't know, but he's a mer person, and then his dad is kind of done with it at this point because his old coal miner buddies are laughing now because they're like, haha, that's your son, look up there being such a little fish homo or whatever, like, hey fish, up there on the screen.
Just a fruit. a fruit is also, we can imagine the other F slur running through their heads. But yeah, what is it? Wetness is the essence of moisture.
Yeah, and moisture is the essence of beauty. It's something like that.
As Derek swims in all merman-like, doing like pouty, trouty face.
So Dad's cheeks are burning, metaphorically, if not literally. And at that point, he's like, "Why did you come back to this damn town, Derek?" And so Derek's trauma with his father kind of comes rushing out as that, because he apologizes for having a perfect bone structure and for hair that looks better done up with mousse instead of hidden under a stupid hat with a light. Ending by saying all he ever wanted to do was to make his dad proud, which again, kernel of truth, or I mean, like, he's being sincere. He may be an idiot, but he's being sincere, and this is the place this is coming from, is what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And again, pretty gay relatable too, in the sense of like many gay people just want their dad to be proud of them, but because of just being who they are, their father inherently, or rather stubbornly, is like, no, I'm not going to be proud of you.
And just doesn't know how to deal. Just doesn't know how to deal with his little kind of eccentric, flamboyant son. Right? He just can't deal. Not out of animosity. He just has no framework for this at all. Right? He's a tired old haggard coal miner. What about that lends him to understand Derek Zoolander, the supermodel? And so it's a tragic moment of father and son being unable to bridge the divide, in hilarious, whimsical Zoolander fashion. But again, the film's got its moments. It's got its substance.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this father rejects him though pretty thoroughly, and he says like he's not proud of Derek being a male model and prancing around in his underwear with his wiener hanging out, stuff as he says. He says he's glad Derek's mother didn't live long enough to see him become a mermaid, and at that point, Derek's like, he's very wounded, and he's like, "Merman, Pops, merman," and with a little cough interspersed in the middle, "Merman." As he runs outside, he's done with this, and once again, he is kind of thrown for like, "Who am I?" He literally looks up at the skies and says, "Who am I?" And then his little phone rings, and Derek, being a true moron, a person of the clay.
Yeah, and by little phone, we haven't talked about the phone yet.
No,
Derek,
this is the first time we see it.
Derek has this tiny little phone. It's like the size of maybe 4 postage stamps put together.
It's like 2 thumbnails. If you were to like unfold 2 thumbnails, it's like that's the flip phone of this moment. Yeah. So it's a very funny visually thing going on. But as he pulls out his tiny, dainty little phone after asking, "Who am I?" to the sky, he goes, "Hello," and the person's like, "Hello," and he goes, "God." And Morris like, "God, what the shit are you talking about?" No. And Derek's like, "Oh," because he really thought for that moment. He's like, "I'm going to get my answers. Like, this is awesome." But no, it's the person trying to get him killed. So not so much God. I'll go to that too to some people. So frankly, let's...
and speaking of the tiny phone, wasn't there an SNL skit where Will Ferrell is playing
absolutely.
like a fashion boutique manager, and he has a tiny little phone too?
I know exactly what you're talking about, because Jimmy Fallon always ruined those by laughing in them. I think it was Jimmy, Horatio, and Will Ferrell.
I think Jimmy Fallon was breaking for almost the entire skit, if I remember.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet that came first. Like, I wonder, in a chicken and egg thing.
That's where they kind of got the idea. Someone Mugatu, I think, is that character too.
Yeah, because he does come in. I think he's on like a little
in a scooter.
Yeah, that he
just very
zooms in on his. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen those. Everybody's dressed in black. That's funny sketches. Look those up too if you have any. If you like tiny phone humor, that's peak tiny phone humor for you. So. So Maury tells Zoolander at this point that Mugatu's making an offer he can't refuse, and then he has to get back to the city. And at this point, Derek has essentially failed, or just is not clicking with his small town reunion that he hoped for. It's not what he thought in his mind. So he's like, "All right, I'll come back."
The one thing he thought he had left was to go back to his hometown and try to find himself. Didn't work out at all. So now he really has got nothing. So
and here we're treated to one of those skyline shots I mentioned with the Trade Center stuff, because that's really where they were, is like the Mugatu office things. But God, that was weird to learn that today. Like, that was such a, like, oh, man. Like,
people needed a pick-me-up after that, so there you go. And it was Zoolander. Yeah, weird times.
Yeah, and some people credited it with, like, not doing that well on box office success. I think it made, like, $40 million or something. It wasn't like it was a bomb, but, yeah, I don't know. Maybe people weren't in the mood for that also, too, at that bit. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But, so... Mugatu's office, outside shot, but now we're in the office with Derek in there, and he's talking to Mugatu about never hiring him, and Mugatu's kind of, you immediately get the vibe he does not give a fuck what Derek has to say, because he cuts him off. Derek's like, well, why'd you never hire me? And he's like, yeah, I never hired you, and couldn't have you for ages and ages and ages, but now that I can't have you, I want you. And he's like, the forbidden fruit must be tasted, and he's got a very manic energy going on of this. Like,
Yeah, his energy is very high key, it's very manic, it's very weird. And Mugatu, Will Ferrell, is just making some real crazy face this entire time. So,
God! Well, the thing that happens with, like, they have a face-off essentially, him and Todd, because assistant Todd hands him a coffee, which Mugatu takes one sip of and immediately throws entirely onto Todd. In fact, he like takes the lid off so he can more effectively throw the coffee on Todd, and exclaims, "Todd, are you not aware that I get farty and bloated with a foamy latte?" And then they share the weirdest, funniest nonverbal exchange where, again, it's like I make a face at you, you make a face at me, I make a face at you, because he's like, intimidating face, and Todd's like, ooh, face. And then, like, Mugatu kind of does it again, but he gives him a little grin, and then Todd's like, oh, but with a little grin back, and then it's like, this is the sexual tension, this is all I base this on for the most part of, like, he's fucking Todd, because they have this little, like, I'm mad at you, but also you're cute. Like,
yeah. It's a complex exchange of facial expressions that indicate dominance and sexual tension. For sure. But I just love how Will Ferrell he kind of like deliberately falls over. And like you mentioned, like it's kind of loosening the lid. It's just this very purposeful. Oops, I fell.
And it's so alarming.
What
like,
happened?
Derek literally stands up out of his chair and is like, ah!
To oops and fall over into Todd to spell the... Yeah, it's great.
Because Derek's shocked that it happens initially, the splash, but then as the face-off is happening, he's watching a tennis match going left to right with his face to be like, the fuck is happening here?
Yeah. It shortly after that Mugatu recovers with another manic smile and has something to present to Derek, and so he kind of prances across his room, which is this kind of this gigantic kind of warehouse space that's decked out in like white flooring and soft white lighting and whatnot. So it looks very sleek and chic, but it's just gigantic. Just a gigantic room, but he kind of prances over to where a model of a building is, and
the giant room probably informs this whole next sequence. Really, Derek's like, "Wow, this is a big room," because Mugatu essentially is showing Derek, "Hey, I want to, in order to get you in this campaign, I'm going to do something for you," and he whips a sheet off and shows a small scale model of the Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good.
Yeah.
And Derek looks at it and kind of bends down, looks inside of it, because it is a very small, like maybe the size of maybe 2 shoe boxes, like stacked.
Like a dollhouse.
And a dollhouse thing. And he looks at it, he frowns, he smashes it on the floor, and he says, "What is this? A center for ants?" Which Mugatu and Todd are both like, what the fuck, like expressions or whatnot. And side note, among other things, this line has spawned a subreddit out there called "Are Things for Ants?" If you ever would like to see extremely tiny things that are useful and real, if you need another forum in your life, there you go. There's a weird one for you. But
awesome.
But Derek goes on to say, "How can they be expected to teach kids to read when they can't even fit inside the building?" And Mugatu tries to say, Mugatu says, "It's a small," and Derek cuts him off and says, "I don't want to hear your excuses. The center has to be," and then his brain starts to do like the hourglass icon processing, I imagine, entirely, because he goes, "At least 3 times this big." And Mugatu and Todd exchange confused looks, but Mugatu knows he needs this moron, and he says, he's absolutely right. And technically, Derek is.
Yeah.
It does need to be at least 3 times this
Yeah, no, he has correctly diagnosed the problem. It must be at least 3 times larger. So there you go. Yeah, I love this scene, and it they're so they go to such great lengths to illustrate how curious Zoolander's mind is.
They show that his heart is in the right place while his brain is on vacation. It's not there. Bless his beautiful bone structure heart.
Yeah, he seems to at least have internalized object permanence, but not too much beyond that. Yeah. So.
Well, they settle that. It does need to be at least 3 times as big, and then Mugatu's on to showing Derek about his show, which we do now learn. No, I guess in a moment. Okay, he's going to show Derek about his show. Yeah. We then cut to Matilda, who's made her way to Maury, who denies knowing. He doesn't know anything about Mugatu, says, I don't know anything about him. But Matilda points out, doing her journalistic job, Maury has represented every single male model in every one of his campaigns, so she calls bullshit on him, essentially. So then he pivots to immediately saying, even if I did know Mugatu, why would I talk to you? Because you were so awful to Derek in that article. And, yeah, it just it kind of goes from there, but we see Maury's deep in this. We get just a little snippet there, a little tiny scene where Maury has represented every model Mugatu is. He's not a guy, he's the guy, essentially, that's fomenting this and is feeding them, much like the man in the meme where he keeps losing cats to all the coyotes in the woods. And he's like, aren't you just essentially feeding coyotes cats at this point? Like he's feeding male models into the system to be ground up as assassins.
Yeah, and then dismisses Matilda with some advice about a push-up bra. Just delightful character, Ballstein.
Yeah, you want some advice? And then he says something misogynistic. So we go back to Mugatu, and he takes him into the workspace for his new fashion line, which is where we first learn that it's called Derelict, a line based on the very vagrants and crack horse that make this city great, which weirdly was based on a real campaign done in 2000.
Yeah, this is actually inspired by a real occurrence of, and I forget the name of this fashion show, but this happened. There was a fashion show that was more or less the Derelict campaign where the designer, I believe, actually got homeless people to model these garments that were like made of like garbage or were like of homelessness mode or palette, style. He's
a British designer. His name is John Galliano, and he used clothing worn by the destitute as an inspiration for a hobo chic look, which is fraught. At minimum, I'll say.
I mean.
But again, when it's one of those like, how can we mock reality when reality is this silly or fucked up things? Because it's like, this is for a silly, wacky movie. But then you're like, oh god, that happened in real life. Like, oh no.
Yeah. Does farce exist? Then, yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, the Derelict campaign. It's yeah, we got basically like we got some stuff that we would later see on RuPaul's Drag Race, like dresses made of trash and whatnot.
Oh boy, do we! Yeah, I don't even think Lala Ree's bag look could have made it in the Derelict runway, though. If I'm honest,
various of Alaska's outfits for sure.
Yeah, Alaska's reveal was just being a trash bag one time. Like,
exactly.
Her first look, I was like. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, no, Derelict fashion. Yeah, for sure. we call these some unconventional design, unconventional materials challenges from a
the one that shook me was when they were making like a Cleopatra-esque headdress or like an Egyptian style out of cigarettes.
Yeah.
That was upsetting to me. Like, of everything in that room there, But this is also the scene where we learn Mila Jovovich's name.
Yes.
And it is, as Mugatu says, it's introduce you to my associate, Katinka Ingana Bobgana na. Inga Bovana.
Yeah.
Na.
Katinka Inga Bogivanina. Begovinan.
I know, if you just looked it up, you didn't know, but like, and I ought to be honest, I thought there was even another na at the end, but I think it was the vinana of it all. But yeah, probably my very favorite last name in cinema, period. Or I'll say even TV. I can't think of a TV name that's better. Like Engabovana na. This is just perfection. No notes, frankly.
If you can just like dead eye look someone in the face and just rattle that name off, then you got some style points for sure.
And even says it like it's like a magical like something or other, like a name. It's just a very interesting way.
He says it with a kind of like mystery. Katinga Ingo Bokivanana.
Exactly that, yes. So, Katinka is to escort Derek to an exclusive day spa, which ends up being on Pier 12 in a rough industrial area. But they're essentially going to prep him for the show in a way where they're like, oh, just go to a day spa, feel good. But the show is in 8 days. And so, not a typical place for a day spa, as mentioned. It's even Derek looks around for a moment, doesn't say anything, but is like, I mean, the door says day spa, so it's probably a day spa, but also these dilapidated industrial buildings around me don't say day spa.
Yeah,
but,
it's such a special day spa that it's not advertised anywhere and nobody knows about it, and it's utterly off the grid. So,
and rewatching it today, it just made me laugh, thinking about the fact that Derek, all of his questions were probably silenced by looking at the door that said day spa. They're like, that's all we need for the idiots that come here, the male models, so like, that's their level of like internalization of like what's happening. They're like, well, it says day spa on the door.
They knew who they're working with. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Mugatu's line, like the caterpillar becomes a butterfly, so must you become derelict. I love the purple prose.
They're so great, and so many like lines. Like I said, I'm resisting like a bunch of them I purposely like left on the side just because I'm like, I would quote all of them to you, and it's like, just watch the movie. It's such a funny fucking movie, and it's a very tight, like, well-written jokes, bam, bam, bam things, and it honestly gave me Naked Gun when I was watching it more this time around. Yeah,
that's, oh boy, back in my day, right, films in the tight 90 minutes, that's something that we only appreciate now that the standard film is like 2.5 hours. It's so much more bloated now, but just like Naked Gun, these films, you feel like you got a little bit of energy by the time you're done because they're just so snappy and the pacing is so tight and there's just never a dull moment because all the waste is cut out. It's just like the high points nonstop, and like this is exactly one of those films. So I was shocked it hadn't really like occurred to me before, but when I did, I was like, that. You know, it really does. And I mean, we're about to get a very Naked Gun scene with the Olga the masseuse thing going on. What's happening with Derek there? But before we do that, we are back to the Time Magazine offices, or not back. I think we're there for the first time. Yeah. This is where Matilda works. And 2001, we've got the classic analog clocks on the wall for every major city and time zone. Because we hadn't invented digital clocks yet, I guess. It's just an adorably 2001 thing. But Matilda is at her desk as her coworker Arch, that we were introduced to for the first time, brings her a pile of documents. Yeah. Again, a 2001 thing. I didn't send you an email. I have a pile of documents the size of your torso for you. That is everything he could find in Mugatu. And weirdly, he says he couldn't find anything about him pre-1995, as if he just appeared out of the blue. Yeah. So. But at that moment, Matilda gets a phone call telling her to keep pulling on the thread, which will unravel the sweater. And again, it's so tight. It's just like, it doesn't even, right as he's like, oh, we're looking into Mugatu. He's like, oh, phone call. Keep looking at that. And it's like, okay, I don't know how you knew this, David Duchovny, if you're just like looking in the window somewhere or whatever. But, your timing is perfect. Yeah. Exactly.
But you nailed it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But we're back to the spa after the mysterious call. And
the voice before that, the voice does tell her to go to Pier 12, so she is headed to where Derek is. But yes, and then we're in where Derek. What kind of spa is this?
Oh, and you know, an interesting little detail: the car that they're driving into the spa, the license plate, it actually says RFK, and then I think the number is like 575. RFK, Robert F. Kennedy, killed, assassinated by the assassin's name was Sirhan, and part of what was so fascinating about this guy is that as was discovered, he was like easily like susceptible to like hypnotic states, so much so that it was demonstrated repeatedly while he was in jail that he could just be like induced like readily. And so it's kind of like a sly reference to like a famous instance of someone who was like a brainwashed assassin, maybe.
That's
like,
crazy,
as was part of the conspiracy theory like surrounding the death of RFK. But yeah.
I saw RFK on there. I don't know if I would have associated the latter part of the play with like what you're talking about, but I had RFK on the brain this week. And I'm going to tell you why, because you brought it up, because the weirdest thing I learned in Curb Your Enthusiasm, the woman that plays Larry's wife, Cheryl, for all 12 seasons, or at some point X or whatever.
Yeah.
She's
Cheryl
married
Hines.
to RFK Jr.
Now, yeah.
And I had no idea about that. And I thought she was a nice lady up until this week. I'm like...
Fine enough actress, terrible taste in men. But hey, also that worked for Larry David. So it's like she basically played exactly herself in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah, terrible taste in men, for sure, both in her acting characters and in her personal life. Yeah.
I would like a leathery brainworm roadkill eating man, and that is exactly my type.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
with a voice of an angel.
but a biblically accurate angel with like 100 eyes and 100 wings, Yeah. So there you go.
Well, that's crazy though, because that is 2 Kennedy assassination references in one movie in this thing. So I mean, wild, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yes, Matilda pulls up behind that car. Essentially, I guess Pier 12 doesn't have any other buildings because she gets a phone call being like Pier 12, and without Google Maps, without anything, she just right over there, 2001, and she gets her quick too, I guess. I mean, I don't know how piers work. Admittedly, I grew up in a desert, but it seems like maybe there's more than one building on a pier. Like, so.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the pier. I guess Pier 12 is rather austere. I don't know. But yes, the massage. We begin to see the first stage of the spa treatment that Derek is getting. And
Matilda goes in and pokes around and is she's kind of looking at a few doors, but one of the doors she finds is where Derek is being given a massage by a woman or character called Olga the masseuse, who is a very interesting looking person, we'll say. She's specifically made to be hideous. She has like a plethora of large, unsightly moles on her face. She's got a weird neck like inner tube thing, an ass that's gigantic, and it's specifically like, I mean, I was curious who played this when we watched it just recently. Yeah. And was fucking stunned to learn who's underneath that makeup.
Floored. I never would have guessed this, but honestly, perhaps should have guessed this.
Yeah, because it's a very wacky scene. Olga the masseuse is doing just dumb physical comedy on Derek. Being like, she's just like slapping him and slapping his ass and slap that ass and slap that ass, and it's not a traditional massage at all. And that's because this is Andy fucking Dick under this thing.
in this like absolutely just messed up drag with like scabs on his face and in kind of like a like Funhouse mirror Princess Leia wig.
Yes, he has the Princess Leia like cinnamon roll buns things going on.
But just with a very misshapen body. It's just like a female caricature. But yeah, Andy Dick. Who else? Who else could that possibly have been?
And I learned when poking into this, Andy Dick was originally tapped to play Mugatu, but because he couldn't, he like took the shorter time commitment role of Olga the masseuse.
That's hilarious.
Oh man.
Oh, Andy Dick is Mugatu. That would have. Yeah.
It's an interesting thought. Yeah, I mean, think about that one.
Interesting.
I think, honestly, Farrell nailed it. Again, he just has the funniest physical comedy of this. And Andy Dick, not so much in favor in recent years here. But again, 2001, peak comedy.
Recently, I think he was like just like OD'd on the sidewalk in L.A. And it was like just photographed and then scooped up, and I hope he's okay.
He's just known for being very creepy or just kind of like showing up at parties in Hollywood or something. Like, why is Andy Dick here? But whatever. But the whole scene is very Andy Dick once you know that, though, because as Matilda pokes her head in and is like, oh, sorry, because she's slapping his ass at that point still. She's like, but then as she's leaving, closing the door, she goes, Derek? And Derek's like, Matilda, and rolls over, and he's fully erect in this moment. And Olga, Andy, has these two little broom-like things she's fucking with, and she's trying to, I don't know what she's trying to do, actually, but essentially anytime she gets near touching the penis with this, it, like, darts away, and, like, as if it's avoiding her actively with a mind of its own, in a very, this is what struck me specifically as a weird Naked Gun, or, like, dumb comedy thing, where you're like,
Yeah, kind of a whack-a-mole quality to it, but the penis is darting around like a snake, and Olga the masseuse is like swatting at it, it's hard to say, but it's very slapstick. Yeah, very funny, and just oh my god, Olga's face. God, jeez,
it's very much like hideous misogynistic drag.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I did wonder, that was part of why I looked in the first place, was like, what woman did they put in this? And they didn't, thankfully. But yeah,
that woman's name is Andy Dick.
And Trent.
Yeah.
But at that moment, Katinka Inganabobo na comes in, finds Matilda, and then quite literally has her sexy goons throw her outside the building onto the pavement, while hurling one of the most fashion scene laden insults out there, insinuating she bought her outfit at Kmart.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, again, another blast from the past. There's not a Kmart that still
there
exists,
is one Kmart left.
Oh my god. Is it next to the one Blockbuster that still exists?
I don't know if they're neighbors, but I looked that up too, because I was like, almost all of them are shut. I mean, there were hundreds of these things, but there's precisely one Kmart left in the world. So.
Oh my god. Wow. All right.
So Matilda's thrown out, but Derek is still in the day spa, and he's now strapped into a futuristic chair as Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood begins to play on a wall of, like, thumping speakers white. This is all a very futuristic, clean...
we see a very scummy-looking DJ. He just looks unwashed. You know, he looks like he smokes cigarettes and hasn't bathed in a week and has been on the road the entire time.
He's very white, but also has a very Rastafarian thing, because he's got like the loose hat on and the dreads and whatnot, and he has a huge eye scar that has caused his one eye to become milky. He's got like a coke nail. He's got these things going on with him that
he's kind of got that kind of like nu metal look, if you remember.
Yeah, he absolutely has that. Yeah, like a POD or like
another played by another actor I never would have guessed ever until like looking it up just for like our podcast. Justin Theroux. Holy shit.
Which maybe I'm as dumb as Zoolander for a moment, because I read that and I was like, the Prime Minister of Canada. Until I was like, because he's a nicer looking man with dark black hair, but then I was like, no.
He's so talented.
And they didn't even let him do the blackface in this movie.
Also someone
like
notorious for blackface. Yeah. Also a blackface connection. Jesus Christ. Yikes.
No, Justin Theroux. Doesn't he show up in David Lynch films or something? Or
Inland Empire.
Was he in Blue Velvet?
No, not Blue Velvet. Why am I... I'm totally blanking. Crap.
You can think about it. It's fine. I don't want to put you on the spot
I'll remember.
But he's like a serious actor thrown in here as just a grungy DJ with bad intentions. And so but he looks nothing like Justin Theroux if you were to just look at him offhand. And so, Olga the masseuse and Dirty DJ are interesting bits of costumery that I hope they had fun with, I suppose. So Derek's strapped in here, and we start to see Screen Mugatu appearing with imagery that's both hypnosis-related and an excuse for Will Ferrell to perform some of the most delightful physical dancing comedy out there. He has a great time with this. He's talking about...
Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, sorry. It's driving me crazy. Anyway.
Mugatu tells Derek that this is all soothing, happy. Nothing to worry about. But We segue into Mugatu dressed up as a child, calling himself Little Cletus and extolling the virtues of child labor. He says he's so sad because the age-old right of children to work is under attack all over the world. In the good old days, kids as young as 5 could work at the iron smelter.
Yippee!
Yippee! Hooray! And they specifically call out like a few countries by name here. They call out at least 3 to 4 Southeast Asian countries on this, like throughout the movie. There's Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, maybe Laos.
Sure.
I know he talks about South America too in this, but it's like, again, kind of too real on some of this stuff. Like it's not just a little plot device necessarily on that. But
this scene is just the imagery of it is just hilarious and it's just so trippy. You have Mugatu's face, like kind of like five of his faces in an arc, all like manically smiling, and all of them saying "happy, happy." It's pretty.
That's
crazy.
rotating. He's just doing fun little dancing on the side, like leaning in and out. Yeah, it's a great video, and he goes on to tell Derek in this brainwashing video that he can help these kids though, Derek, by killing the Prime Minister of Malaysia and learning martial arts. And Derek, to his credit, goes, "What?" But Katinka zaps him, gives him that brainwash zap that's like, "Nope, don't think for yourself." Bam. Then we get into the all downhill part of the video from there. Prime Minister of Malaysia, bad. Martial arts, good. Obey my dog. Like this whole kill Nyman.
Yeah. After the zap, the crazy gets really turned up a lot. You get fire in the background, and Mugatu's eyes going like activated red. It gets really demonic and intense for sure. And we get a scene of kind of a crazy looking Derek Zoolander in an outfit on a catwalk, and this is where he's being programmed, right? You know, on the catwalk, just ignore all the celebrities around you, like Lance Bass. Hey, Lance Bass is there, and Gary Shandling. Gary Shandling? Yeah.
I hit you with 3 like in a row. They're like, these are the current of the day celebrities. With they have Fred Durst, they have Lance Bass, Little Kim, and then Gary Shandling.
Yeah. which for all the kids in the audience, you probably don't know who Gary Shandling is. Comedian back in the day, had a show, the Larry Sanders Show. Was just kind of all over the place as far as like the comedy scene, but certainly not at all a glamorous person at all. Had a face like a dumpy potato.
He's essentially the punchline in this, because what he's saying in the video is ignore the beautiful celebrities, and so they're like,
including
beautiful
Gary
celebrity,
Shandling.
beautiful celebrity, Gary Shandling is what they throw out here, and it's mean, but sure, because he's not that bad looking of a guy, but they just make him goofy. He's like holding his 2 thumbs up, while being like, yeah, Gary.
And I say this as someone who I love Gary Shandling back in the day, so there you go. If there's anyone who could take a joke like this, it'd be Gary Shandling. For sure.
But I mean, Derek's in a bright blue suit, and he's got Mugatu in his ear being like, with your little spiky hair and your blue suit, martial arts, and he teaches him to ignore the celebrities, but to kill that bad, awful prime minister, awful man, bad. And then Derek flips over him in a
kind of a spastic, like fast forward speed motion. Derek is doing like a martial arts routine, and he's doing a backflip over the Prime Minister of Malaysia, and is about to just like in a screaming rage-gasm going for the kill.
He flips through the air and he rips the head off the practice dummy Prime Minister, but as he's staring at it, the face on the dummy changes into Derek's face as he screams. And Derek's face starts screaming back at him, and so he wakes himself up and he slams his head into his bunk bed.
We kind of get we had a similar scene where he's looking into the water puddle and his reflection talks back at him, and so this is kind of like evil narcissists, you know, like when you know that someone has been corrupted because now they have black lipstick on, right? This is his evil reflection, you know, like with red eyes, rage gasming with him. So but it just immediately cuts to him just waking up, just in his apartment, in his bed, kind of leaping up, startled, and he bangs his head on a wood beam, but How he got back home, we have no idea. He's just back there.
It's also
back
just
there. Yeah.
very sad, both for like, his friends are dead reasons, and also you haven't remodeled that it's still in his little bunk bed, where like the 4 bunk beds are in the room. He doesn't even have like a queen bed, little master bedroom suite now.
It's just like this like little touch of melancholy, like because
they still have the nameplates up. Yeah, Brent, Migas, and them. It's just But part of the reason, I don't know if it's why he woke up, but yeah, he wakes himself up, slams his head, and Matilda's banging on the door. And as he answers it, Matilda asks if he's okay because he hasn't been answering his phone for a week. And he's like, "What are you talking about, Matilda? I saw you this afternoon. Like, it was a day spa. D-A-I-Y-E, day spa." And she, again, graciously just ignores that. She's just like, "No, I can't focus on this. I have to talk to you about something."
With the patience of a saint. Yeah.
And Matilda says, "Derek, that was last Friday. You didn't see me this afternoon." And as you may recall, Derek went into the day spa with only 8 days until the show, and Matilda says 7 of those are gone. So the Derek Leak show is tomorrow night. And Derek insists it can't be next week, as it was a day spa. And then he touches his answering machine and has 1,200 new messages that he's missed, and he's like, that is a little above average. And Matilda shows him a date on a paper, and he's finally like, fine, whatever. But if that's true, I have a pre-show party to get to, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. And he also is kind of like, look, I know why you're really here. And she's like, you do? And he's like, you want to sleep with me? My head hurts. I don't really want to do it right now. Maybe later or something. And she's like, what? No, that's not at all what I'm here to tell you about. I'm like, I'm trying to stop you from being murdered or from whatever's going on about this stuff that she's trying to uncover at the moment. But, he kind of ushers her out because he's like, again, okay, fine, it's Friday or whatever. Get out of my house. I got a party to get to. But before leaving, he kind of looks at her and is like, with your complexion, you shouldn't have your hair up like that. And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, it's kind of peeling your scalp, this or that. And he does a funny little scene. It's just a second and a half where he licks his finger and then goes, whoosh, 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 whoosh. And her updo magically changes from a very tight, bun up thing to a beautiful hair down situation that she keeps for the rest of the movie. He wasn't wrong, as it turns out, and it shows that he doesn't completely, hate her, dislike her. He's got something.
Yeah, and, kind of referencing back to what public service do models do. Well, they actually do make people look better. What do you know? Just kind of with a bit of spit and polish. Just gives her a full glow up and a new do just immediately. So, he's got the kind of that magic touch, at least when it comes to glamour and all that.
That's a cute bit of continuity. Like I said, that it stays throughout the movie, because I definitely noted that, or just kept watching this time to be like, does it? And I never thought about that before. But yeah, it's cute. She's like, she does, because right as she leaves the building, she kind of brushes it back and grins. You can see she's like, oh, I look fabulous. But as she leaves, we see Katinka ingana bobo na outside Derek's apartment, keeping tabs on him. And so he's got watchful eyes on him. They don't want their asset to be out of their reach, control, any of that.
Yeah.
But Matilda's back at the office. She's a bit of a workaholic, and Arch comes over to her with some new information at that point. The fact that Mugatu's male models have a history of dying young. All right, so I got a little ahead. She doesn't know what's going to happen to Derek. She just is very worried about him. But she now sees all these Mugatu models are dying young that are males, and they die in weird accidents. One of the ones that stuck out to me was a model crushed to death in tragic orgies, one headline. But she takes a closer look and zooms in and sees that Katinka is in every one of these crime scene photos, and puts it together that Derek's in danger because Katinka's been hanging around him, essentially. On top of the Mugatu stuff. Well, so, as always, we are giant bloviating windbags who have taken the length of this episode out and doubled the movie length, frankly, probably with the end of our podcast. But,
probably. We're still hot little potatoes.
We are
Don't
hot
worry.
Little potatoes about this movie, though.
Yeah.
And,
so we're going to be back with part 2 of our review of Zoolander soon. So make sure to check us out.
Tune in soon. Won't be far behind.
Till then.